Now on BBC One, Chris Serle presents Points of View.
Hello. The biggest broadside this week has come from viewers who watched Here and Now. It held a debate about the World Cup match at the weekend in which England drew with Italy. The fact that England qualified was overshadowed by unpleasant scenes involving some of the fans and the Italian police. The question was, who was to blame for the violence? For the prosecution, David Mellor. For the defence, the Italian journalist Wolfgang Bucci.
Mr. Mellor should be ashamed that a week before the game already treated the Italia as an animal. You shouldn't call the Italian... Because, first of all...
Let's have a reaction from the people here in our studio, if you don't mind. Yes,
astonished that they... Yeah.
Well, we'll just hear from the audience here.
I agree with you, Mr. Mellor, about the lack of stewarding and the professional organisation of things, but there's one thing you must not do, is with comments like your first comment. I know several Italian people...
His first comment saying that if Mr. Bucci was in the studio, he's hit him over the head with
hold on.
I think you should see that as a light-hearted observation.
No, but it's not.
But the flood of mail wasn't about the rights and wrongs of the event.
The producers of the programme made an absolute hash of this week's edition. The presenter cut off just about everyone who wanted to say anything.
I was appalled at the rudeness with which the Italian journalist was treated. It's very true he was defending the indefensible, but this is Britain and we expect people to be treated in a fair fashion.
It was absolutely ridiculous to expect to have a debate done in 10 minutes.
Now then, hold on to your seatbelt.
What exactly is wrong with the cameraman on Top Gear?
My husband and I never seemed to see any of the cars the right way up.
This week's programme was dreadful to watch. Even my wife had to turn away until the special effects had finished. Unwatchable for somebody who isn't on some form of medication. Hoping you've got the message.
Me? I'm up for a bit of variety.
A 1955 Thunderbird maybe, a pair of classic Triumphs, Buick Riviera, a Cobra.
Yes, grrr, MM, yeah. You can tell our crew have been watching Top Gear as well. But it's not just the funny camera angles, it's the things they say.
I object to the continuous sexist comments made by the presenters.
Jeremy Clarkson implied that women cannot read maps.
I wonder if implied is exactly the right choice of word.
Oh dear, his wife is map reading.
Not making a very good job of it either.
She does. I said go to those lights and take a left.
That's taking us back to where we first turned round.
The worst thing about Jeremy Clarkson, no, two worst things, is that he's funny and he's eminently watchable, especially, I suspect, for the people who hate him most. Now, let's get sensible. Here's something that nearly got me right into Points of View. I was that upset. I mean, listen to this.
It's good to get feedback from the public. I mean, that's why I watch Points of View. But what irritates me about that programme is the people who read out the letters. You know, the accent that your letter will get read out in depends entirely on the postcode on your envelope. It doesn't matter if you were born in Cheltenham and educated at Eton. If you happen to post your letter in Leeds, the actor... No, the actor reading out is going to do it in his best Rada Jeffrey boycott. It's not fair.
No, it wouldn't be. But someone else takes the opposite view and asks...
Where, oh where do you get all those marvellous voices from? They always seem so appropriate, exactly as we would expect the writers to sound.
So who is voicing the letters? Was Rory right?
In fact, Rory, it's been several years since actors have been used on this programme. All the opinions expressed are read by the commentators themselves from throughout the UK and Ireland in the regional vernacular.
And if you don't believe him, we contacted a few of the people who've been on the programme recently.
How dare you suggest that I sound like an actress? Have you never heard a genuine Scottish accent?
Actor indeed. Sorry, Rory, but I really am from South Wales, and this is how we speak here, so tough.
We do all we can to use the voices of the people who've written in, which is why we beg you to give your daytime telephone number when you contact us. If you wanted to see both episodes of Bright Hair, you had to stay in on Saturday and Sunday nights. If you had, you'd have seen the powerful and haunting story of a schoolgirl, Anne, who stumbles upon the scene of a gruesome murder. The effect on her behaviour and personality is shattering. She had a crush on her English teacher. She also knows he was once stabbed by a pupil.
Hold your noise! Cried a terrible voice as a man started up from among the graves at the side of the church porch. Keep still, you little devil, or I'll cut you. Now,
find it on the floor, sir.
I'm 13 years old and watched Bright Hair. I love things a bit mystical and out of the ordinary. And Amelia Fox's eyes made the whole thing very spooky.
It was an excellent drama. The acting from the lead actress was brilliant and the directing was incredible. One question, are those her real eyes? They would scare an unconscious sumo wrestler.
Those cold eyes were created simply with the aid of black contact lenses. On National Poetry Day, we were all asked to vote on our favourite love poems. Some were then read out on a special programme on BBC Two the following day.
I would like to say how much I enjoyed the nation's favourite love poem.
If only there were more like that.
Only one dissenting voice.
Why does the producer not vet the poems before they're read out? They're filthy.
Filthy? Were they? Oh, we had a good look. And this was the only one we could find which was remotely saucy.
May I feel? Said he.
I'll squeal, said she.
Just once, said he.
It's fun, said she.
May I touch? Said he.
How much? Said she.
A lot, said he.
Why not? Said she.
Let's go, said he.
Not too far, said she.
What's too far? Said he.
Where you are, said she.
And there, of course, we have to leave it. Now.
Carol Vorderman is everywhere.
Indeed she is. It must be true. I read it on the cover of the Radio Times.
National Lottery Live, The Antique Inspectors, Mysteries with Carol Vorderman, the 9 o'clock news.
Really? I'm not sure if you're entirely right. See if you can spot the odd one out.
Many things which happen in the world.
See if you can be the first to tell us. We'll give the answer and the name of the winner next week. Now, I'm on thin ice here.
Whatever has happened to Weekend Watchdogs, I thought That's Life had returned and expected to see Esther Rantzen at any moment when I heard the Eurovision singer trying to sing about the gas board.
British Gas Transco, who were responsible for the pipework infrastructure, determined that the calorific value, that's the CV...
I seem to vaguely recall there's nothing quite like a song to get your point across. And what's wrong with that?
I couldn't believe I'd heard such rubbish.
I can see you're not with me. Our research team, unknown to me, I hasten to add, decided to check this That's Life comparison to see if it stands up. Now, I want no part in this. You'll have to judge for yourself.
Nick, time for boys and girls. The naughty boys and girls are going to have to learn to jog. Buskers, Santas, keep the rules, and courting couples, stand still to snog. Tie your shoelace on the run, you'll find it rather fun and good for the...
Lower than which, it must be hard for even Watchdog to stoop. He has a great future, though, that lad, but he may have peaked too soon. We can't go without dealing with the points of view map. We put the Isle of Man where it belongs. That wasn't enough.
What about Anglesey? That's part of Britain as well, you know.
Okay, here it is. Happy to oblige.
So is the Isle of Wight and many other islands that surround the British Isles.
Oh, all right then. Right, that's it. What?
Hello, my name is Sven Svensson, and I live on a small boat in the middle of the North Sea. I pay my television license, and so believe that my boat shall be included on your map at the end of the show. I would thank you to do this straight away and not to make this mistake again. Cheers.
Cheers. If you have any comments on BBC television programmes, please write to Points of View, BBC Television, London W12 7TS, or phone or fax on 01818 811 1050. The email address is pov@bbc.co.uk. And if you do get in touch, please leave a daytime and evening number so we can call you back.
Oskar Schindler, they'll say. Everybody remembers him. He did something extraordinary.
Whoever saves one life saves the world entire.
What if I got here 5 minutes later? You could make things easier for me. I'd be grateful.
Schindler's List.
They say that no one dies here.
Sunday at 9:05 on BBC One.